What does it mean to you when you see a whole crowd saying, tonight they were saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. What does that mean to you?
I just want to point the finger right back at them and say, no, thank you. Because if it weren't for the fans, there is no professional wrestling.
Hello, I'm Dominic Damaski, and this is Discovering Inspiration. On this episode, we traveled to Elizabeth, Pennsylvania to meet a group of professional athletes and entertainers far too often misunderstood. These are the dedicated wrestlers following their passion and dreams while putting their bodies in harm's way. These athletes push themselves to the limits to put on a great show at a fair cost to entertain their fans. They slap hands, sign autographs, and most of all, love what they do. These are the independent wrestlers of the IWC, the International Wrestling Cartel. And on this night, it is Super Indy 18. What makes you give up your weekend and come out and entertain the fans?
Well, for like my entire life, like wrestling's been everything to me, everything. And just it's something where it's like I can actually be myself here. Some people are like, oh, it's these guys times 20. No, this is me.
Right.
I get to be me. During the week, I can't be this, But nothing makes me feel better than giving people a moment to cherish. Like, take people out of their bad mindsets. Like some people, they come here, they got a lot of stuff going on their minds.
Right.
I want to let them escape.
He's
for
out
a few
there
hours.
shaking the ropes
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything like
Oh,
that.
Yeah, got to have that energy.
You're back in a tunnel.
Yes.
And you're about to come out.
Yes.
What's going through your head? I know the fans are out here getting hyped up. What's going through your head?
Well, through my head, I'm like, I need to give these people everything I got. I don't care if there's like hundreds of people, thousands, 10 people. I want to go out there, give them the best performance I possibly can, because it's all about having fun and just loving what this great sport is.
At 215 pounds, representing...
Little kid, somebody's telling him, you can't be a wrestler. What would Andrew Palace say to that kid?
Well, that sounds like what people were telling me when I was a little kid. I mean, when I was a little kid, everybody's like, you can't do it. Like, there's no way you can do this, yada, yada, yada. No. Anybody can follow their dreams. Anybody can do whatever they want as long as they put their heart into it. That's what I did. Nobody thought I would be able to do this. Not one person. So, look at me now. I'm doing this, and I'm proving everyone wrong. So I'd tell that kid, you follow your dreams. You don't let anyone tell you what to do.
We're here with Katie Arquette, the women's IWC champion. What is the best part of being a professional wrestler?
Getting to perform on my absolute favorite stage. I'm an actress,
Okay.
so I love performing in the ring and getting that crowd reaction.
What does it mean to you when you see out in the crowd a little girl and you think, I was that little girl one day? What does it mean when she's cheering for you?
It's pretty surreal. I love being able to see that I used to be in that place and that I get to now be in the other place, inspiring all girls, all children everywhere who want to just inspire to be anything they want to be.
I appreciate you saying that. What would you say to a little girl? There's an empowerment movement and things like that. Some people would say a little girl can't do the things a boy can do. What would you say to that little girl when people are telling her that?
Little girls can do anything, and no matter who calls them crazy or you do that like a girl, well, if I do it like a girl, then I must be doing it right. So I don't care if you're a little girl or a little boy, everyone should be inspirational to everyone. And in this day and age, little girls 100% need to know that they can do and be absolutely anything they want.
Not only do the wrestlers in the IWC put on a great show for their fans, but they also embrace them. An intermission is taken, and fans have the opportunity to mingle with their favorite stars, take a picture, and even get an autograph. How long you guys been together?
Been together two and a half years. Yep, 2.5 years.
Boys growing up or something like that, or you just respected somebody else's talent?
Nah,
and
man.
said,
Honestly, I saw him at PWX training. I saw a big, tall guy that looked athletic, and I was like, you know what?
I don't
That's
want
my
to fight
tag
him.
partner.
You were like, I don't want to fight
exactly.
him.
I didn't want to fight him. Like, I'd rather him be my tag partner,
Right.
and let's see what happens from there.
You guys do some high flying stuff, and I'm a weenie. I'm afraid to like even step up there. When you're getting ready to climb up those ropes and you're up high, what's going through your head?
Winning. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, the way I look at it is I'm a big guy, so if I jump up in the air really high and I come down on someone, I'm really going to hurt them. And that's going to help us get the win. So sometimes you gotta risk your body and your well-being to
Risk it for the biscuit.
There you go.
to be a champion.
So what makes you guys say we're going to be professional wrestlers? We're going out and doing this. I don't want to do another career path. I want to be a professional wrestler. What makes you do that?
Well, you got to be a little crazy, I believe. You got to be a little crazy, but it was just the fire to entertain people.
Okay.
At the end of the day, this is entertainment. This is here to make people take their mind off whatever ills or whatever things going in their life, and that's what drew us to actually start wrestling.
Absolutely.
You're in the ring. Crowds pumped up. You're in the ring. What does it mean to you when people start cheering your name? They're freaking out. They're almost fainting. I saw it.
It's an amazing feeling. I mean, growing up, you're that person cheering for your hero in the ring. So to get to the point where you're the person in the ring and to hear people chanting your name and cheering for you and chanting, "This is awesome," it's awesome because that means, they love what you're doing, they love what they see, and it kind of makes you happy that you're giving that same feeling, back to people.
This is main event, Duke and Gannon. I'm telling you, they had the crowd freaking out tonight. So I know your social media darlings, you've got followers like crazy. How can people that weren't here tonight, how can they follow you? How can they get a hold of you?
It's real easy. Facebook, The Main Event, on our Facebook page. Twitter, it's The Main Event. That's ITS, The Main Event. And also on Instagram, ITS, The Main Event. And that's MANE event.
Yeah.
MANE event. These guys kick some ass. Follow them. Check them out.
And he's her opponent from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. She is the very first woman wrestling from near Pittsburgh, the Quick Speaker, DMC.
We are here with Brit Baker.
I'm glad to be here.
You are a dentist by day.
Right.
What makes you strap on the boots and come out to the ring and fight on a Saturday night?
It boils down to passion. I have just as much of a passion for doing this on a Saturday night as I do going to the office in the morning and treating my patients. So if you can't fight passion. You have to go with it. You can't go against it.
What does it mean to you when you see a whole crowd saying, tonight they were saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. What does that mean to you?
I just want to point the finger right back at them and say, no, thank you. Because if it weren't for the fans, there is no professional wrestling. So it's so humbling, but at the same time, it seems so silly because professional wrestling is the fans way more than it is the performers.
What do people say when they find out this beautiful woman
thank
that
you.
fixes their teeth is also a professional wrestler?
So I never come out and tell my patients, by the way, I'm off to Vegas this weekend to wrestle, because let's be real, not the entire world population is on board with professional wrestling. Some people think it's awesome. Some people think we're totally crazy and insane. And why are you doing that? That's weird. So I never bring it up, but my patients do find out, and sometimes fans do come to the office for treatment, and that's all. It's kind of cool, just because we get to have our side talk isn't what's the weather. It's, hey, did you see that match this weekend? Or hey, did you see this match that's blowing up on the internet? So it's cool when the worlds collide. Anytime passions of yours collide, it just makes it more enjoyable.
Britt Baker, why do you do it?
Why do I do it? I think that I am truly happiest when I'm either in a professional wrestling ring or treating a patient. So even though, the time travel is exhausting, traveling from here to here, this time zone, coming back, going to the office, and at 5 a.m. when I have to wake up, or if I maybe had no sleep and have to go straight to the dental office, it makes me happy. So it's every ounce of it is worth it then. If it brings you enjoyment, nothing's too hard or too exhausting or too long or too hard. If you love it, you do it. That's all there is to it.
You love it, you do it. Thank you very much. Keep kicking ass out there.
Thank you so much.
We're here with Chris LaRusso. Chris, I want to know, what is the hardest you've ever been hit?
The hardest I've ever been hit as a professional wrestler? Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle.
I had a match with Matt Riddle in Cleveland, Ohio. And for those of you who are watching NXT, you realize, just how dangerous he is. I, at the time, knew the legend of Matt Riddle, but I'd never seen him. I'd never seen him in the flesh. And the hardest single strike I've ever taken in my entire life was from Matt Riddle. So he was probably the hardest hitter I've had to deal with. Davey Richards is up there too. Right. Davey Richards is probably the hardest I've ever been kicked.
What's the worst injury you ever had?
The worst injury I ever had was, this one's easy. Guy came off the top rope for a leg drop, and he overshot, and he hit me right on the bridge of the nose, and I broke my nose into my orbital bone. So the break went from here into here. And I remember when it first happened, it's kind of funny in hindsight. It wasn't funny at the time. But I'm down like this. And at first I think okay, that hurt, but I think I'm okay. And I look up. Whoa, and it looks like it's time to go.
Introducing first from Altoona, Pennsylvania. He weighed in at 188 pounds. The heir apparent, Chris LaRusso.
We're here with Wardlow. One of the things that when people talk about wrestling, I'm seeing high flying. I'm seeing you lift people that look like they weigh 300 pounds. Some people say, oh, that's fake, that's phony, that's BS. But I see a guy that's a little bit beat up after fighting. Limping, his fingers.
My fingers the size of a tree. I'm limping both legs, my back, my neck, everything. I'm in pain head to toe right now. I wrestled 3 matches. The last one being with Joshua Alexander, who is a beast in the ring. And he took me to my limit tonight. And if anybody wants to say this is fake, get in the ring with me or Josh Alexander and tell me how you feel afterwards.
To get as jacked as you are, to get jacked, to get ripped, to be able to high fly like that, I would guess that it takes a hell of a commitment.
Well, obviously a lot of it is God-given. I thank my parents and God for some athletic ability, but yes, I've been an athlete my whole life. I grew up on a trampoline, so I've been doing flips and twists and things that most people don't do with their bodies since a very young age. And then once I hit puberty and started growing and working out, the muscle packed on, but my body didn't forget about those flips and twists. So I'm in a unique position where I can be 6'3", 260 pounds and still be able to flip and do things that guys half my size can do. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment. I am in the gym every single day, usually twice a day.
How long?
Oh my, hours.
Now, I'm a little bit of a weenie here. I lift and I'm sore for like 4 days afterwards. What's the tip? You got any tips for us?
Recovery, Epsom salt baths, sauna, yoga, stretching, all helps with recovery. And you gotta make sure your diet's good. That helps as well.
I love the fried chicken. You got any cheat food?
Oh man, I have a cheat meal, not a cheat day, a cheat meal once every 5 days. And I bounce back and forth. Sometimes it's pizza, I love pizza. Sometimes it's burgers, but it's usually in the realm of those things. I love pizza and burgers. Who doesn't?
It's Saturday night. It's approaching midnight. Some people could be home, sleeping, doing a lot of things. You're out here putting your body on the line. Why do you do that?
The simple answer is because I love it. There was honestly a moment tonight that I experienced in the ring. As much pain as I was in, I was laying in that ring and I was hearing the crowd chant so loud. And I was in so much pain, but I couldn't help think to myself, this is so awesome. This is amazing. There's nothing in this world that can make me feel like I felt tonight. In that ring, there's nothing in this world that can make me feel that. And that feeling is addictive. You know, that ring is my drug, and I need as much of it as possible.
You mentioned that you wanted to do this your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of advice would you give to somebody who's out there, they want to be a race car driver, they want to be a wrestler, they have some big dream, and people are telling them, no, you need to go do this, you need to do that, and what would you say to them?
Follow your dreams. Aggressively, passionately, selfishly. If you have to cut out friends, if you have to cut out relationships, do it. If you have to spend time alone, if you have to go broke, do it. I've been wrestling for 4 years. I had a day job for 13 years. I quit a year and a half ago. In that year and a half, sold everything I have, spent every dollar I have. Once I sacrificed everything and put every ounce of emotion and effort and energy into this, the past year and a half has changed my life. It's been the happiest year and a half of my life, and I am on the brink of my wildest dreams coming true. You have to do it. Don't listen to anybody. If you feel passionately about something in your heart, you think about it all day, every day, you have to pursue it with everything you have.
Whatever your vision, goal, or dream, if you've ever wondered if you should chase it, I think the professional wrestlers we met tonight answered that question. Go for it. This is Dominic Damaski, Discovering Inspiration. If you like the message, please share it and please subscribe. We'll see you next time.